And be comfortable yourself and relax your body and let your whole body weight go down. So gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound. Also, while you focus into the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Just let everything to settle down as it is. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. Namo tas bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhas. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in this session today, we mainly focus to tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So, when it comes to tranquility meditation, the main purpose of the meditation, calm down our mind, bring our mind to one point, and allow mind to settle down itself as it is, and make our mind usable, and also make our mind undisturbed. Because when you go to vipassana level of practice, you use only the capacity of your mind. And when you use that mind, it should be pure consciousness, not depending from any thoughts, ideas, mental formations, defilements, sanskara, or habits or patterns, believing colors or numbers like that. It should be completely pure consciousness. So getting to that, you have to just purify yourself and clean your mind. Samatha or tranquility meditation is a way that you clean your mind to prepare yourself for vipassana. So when it comes to tranquility meditation, in the beginning, as our primary mental object, we keep our concentration or attention towards inhalation, exhalation, in front of your nose and your upper lip area. So once you come to that point, allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen naturally. And when it happens naturally, there is a sensation arise. So you have to find that sensation in the beginning. And then once you find it and follow that sensation, through the sensation, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. So don't try to make anything happen the way you want. Don't interfere with the natural process of inhalation, exhalation. Don't visualize or don't follow any kind of imagination. So that is your personal responsibility. Remember that. That's why I always mention that when it comes to meditation, this is not the kind of like we can teach. Just we can share the informations. Always these words become very limited only to the point of the practice point of view. Remember that. Other than that, there is nothing. There is no any meaning with this any words. Why? Because your practice, your experience is more important than 1 hour, 2 hour lecture. Remember that always. So then, when you sit for meditation, be honest to yourself. Bring your maximum effort. Don't do half. Don't don't just put your the effort to halfway. Do bring the maximum effort to your mental effort. And also physically also you have to have some strength. Hold the posture, and even mentally when you put the attention, it kind of like in the beginning you have to have some kind of physical comfort and the strength. So as example, in day-to-day life, when you are mentally, you become so busy, or if you think too much, what will happen end of the day? You lose all the energy, you feel so tired, because to because to think, and it take energy. So in samatha meditation, in vipassana it's completely different, but in the beginning when you prepare for that, so in tranquility meditation, use your maximum effort to bring the attention to inhalation exhalation, because once you become successful there, and that success going to bring the the comfort deeper inside you with the vipassana. So in the beginning, that's why just when you follow the inhalation exhalation, be very clear. And if the mind go here and there, don't worry about it. Again and again, put the attention to inhalation exhalation, and don't try to find the mind, and don't try to fight with the mind. Don't try to control the mind, because why? Because there is no such a thing in a place something exists as mind. It is entire your whole body is your mind. And in a certain way, this environment also kind of like a mind. So that's why when the environment is calm, relaxed, cool, you feel good. When the environment busy, rough, tight, you feel uncomfortable. So what does that mean then? So that means this environment kind of like your mind. So that's why you should not fight, or you don't try to control or hold. Only thing is allow everything to settle down and get out of this holding mind. And how you can do it? Just be with the your primary mental object, or the inhalation exhalation. In the beginning, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation, and follow the entire continuation of the inhalation exhalation. And you may experience some inhalation exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, like that. Or maybe sometimes when you observe like that, you feel deeper, calm, relaxed, comfort with the physical practice, but don't go with it. And sometimes your mind will get disturbed from your own past or the future. Don't go with it. Just stay focusing to inhalation, exhalation. In a certain level, when you keep practice, your mind, body, breathing, thoughts will settle down to one place. And you come to a point that you don't get disturbed from anything. And that is where you feel more comfortable, and at the same time your awareness become more sharper and clear and stronger. So from there we go to vipassana meditation. In vipassana meditation, you drop that all the details you used to follow with inhalation, exhalation. You deeply observe, thoroughly observe, and see the very nature of the inhalation, exhalation, or the sensation, or whatever the feelings you recognize, or whatever the perception you experience. So there, when it comes to that, in the very first thing that you have to remember to see and experience the impermanent. So when it comes to impermanent, you should not look The holding the impermanent idea, don't look for that. Then you see just the reflection of your mind. It seems like the God, how the God become different person to person, because they have an imagination regarding the God. The God should be like this, like that. So then what happened? Then they create their own God. So it can happen to impermanent also the same. So whatever the idea that you hold as impermanent, don't look it within inhalation or exhalation or whatever the experience. Get out of that all and look what you see. And when you see it, that what you see will brings the knowledge or understanding. And that understanding you have to recognize. And that recognition will validate it as impermanent. There's nothing. If you find any permanent things, that is good. Try. You don't need to believe that everything impermanent. You don't believe. Question yourself. That's why it called analytical meditation. It is not believing meditation. So it is not following many. Vipassana means you completely become independent. And there is no authority. There is no hierarchy, even within your own mind. So you no need to follow or believe anything. Totally become independent and see. And if you see something permanent, look very carefully and maybe you will find something. If not, then accept it. Unsatisfactory nature. So the same thing, each and every moment, whatever you go through, moment by moment, always change. And recognize that change. And don't look for that change. First you think, oh, everything unsatisfactory, everything has this unsatisfactory nature, and don't look with that idea. Then you're not going to see it. So it's kind of like if I think this paper is white and thinking that, if I start to look for that, I don't see. I just see the reflection of my mind. But if I start to look what color this is with total independency, total clarity, if I start to look, maybe I see something else. So that is what important. That is what vipassana. And selflessness. And whatever the experience that you go through, even within yourself, within that all the five aggregates, form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognitions, there is no any self inside playing any role. And even in the outside, that whatever the perception happen, there is no anything that hold by self. So look for that. Your inhalation, exhalation, it doesn't have a self itself. That's why arising, existing itself. And even within yourself, that you experience, your feeling doesn't have. That's why that what you hold as exhalation or inhalation, what you experience. If there is a self experience, that's why that self cannot keep it. Why that self cannot hold that? Why the moment by moment, things change and we have to go with it? So deeply question it. And then you're going to see, you're going to understand it and go to the bottom, go deeper. So that is a mental quality that you have to develop. Not to hold into believing or not hold into any place, not settling down with something. No, always you keep the freedom from your own experience. Don't bring any kind of past patterns or the believings or the methods to present moment. Always keep the total independence and clarity and experience and analyze to the bottom. So let's practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. And bring your attention to your body. And scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this so ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also, think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and later find out impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within your own experience. So, in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times, and bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area, and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself naturally. Follow the sensation and recognize it. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Knowingly, this is the beginning, the middle, and end of the inhalation, exhalation. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just accept it. And keep your attention to impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within your experience. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire this compound, this village, this city, this state, this country, this world, around this universe. Also, as far as we can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Visualize yourself and send it as a light forward to your backside, to your left side, to your right side, downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Spread the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Like the sun, the moon, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when it comes to our day-to-day life, especially when situations happen, mostly we blame and claim regarding other people, other situations. And we always complaining and point out to a lot of reasons, and we blaming towards others, and we always think it happened to me because of that, or because of this, or because of that person, like that. But when it come to your clear understanding, when it come to clear comprehension, when it come to sati sampajanya, when it come to vipassana knowledge, when it come to clear clarity, it is not somebody doing something to you. It's mostly the deeper condition of your mind reflect through somebody. There are things that to activate, you need a validation. And sometimes you have a ticket already. Only thing is you have to validate through somebody. So it is there. So your sanskara or defilement, mental formations, your situation, your unhappiness, sadness, worry, already there. And sometimes situation come through incident or through a person, what happening, you validate, you activate the whatever inherent inside you. It's kind of like a charcoal. Sometimes people put the charcoal and keep it in a fireplace for as a design, but it has the capability to ignite the fire and bring the heat. Only it need some little bit fire. So our inner nature also like that, even for the good and the bad, the both. Happiness and sadness, worry and joy, pleasure, everything the same. So then yourself, you have to be more aware when a situation comes, rather than looking for outside. You have to, right as soon as possible, you have to look the condition of your mind. In samatha, that is you develop undisturbed mind. But through vipassana practice, it is a skill that you able to start to see yourself. Because if you don't have the skill, what will happen? Even you look inside, you see that outside people through your inside. But when it comes to vipassana, when it comes to clear comprehension, what will happen? It change the pattern. When you look outside people, you start to see inside your mind. So if you don't practice the vipassana, what will happen? If you don't practice the meditation, what will happen? When a situation happen, incident happen, even you look inside, you see outside people inside you. When you look outside, you see outside people, and when you look inside, even you see the outside people or the incident or the situation inside you. Oh, that happened to me, this happened to me, because of that, because of this. You have complaint list. Complaint list. Sometimes we have activity list. And we have, sometimes when it comes to organization or the program, we have the vision and the mission. So when you don't practice any spiritual, or when you don't practice kind of like try to purify yourself, what will happen? Your mission and your vision always depending from the worry. Worry, 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 sad, unhappy, fear. And your checklist, activity list, related with always everybody around you. So then itself life become difficult for you and for others also. Why? Because you always complain. Even sometimes you not do it by words, by mentally you start that, it become a kind of like that is a more, remember, what you think become more stronger than what you say. Your mental activities stronger than your verbal and physical activities. That's more powerful. See, sometimes when somebody passed away, see, your physical activity, your mental activity, your verbal activity cannot help for others. But how you transfer the merits? Through mind. See, it is invisible, so powerful, anyone can, go through many existence. So then how about your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, neighbors, friends? What do you think it effect for them? So maybe you complain and maybe you blame them just in your mind, because you have no capacity or space to open your mouth or do anything else. But it become more powerful. So that's why, remember, if you know that, then you get out of it. But when you practice the vipassana or the meditation or any spiritual practice, if you try to purify yourself, what is happening? you reverse the pattern. You reverse the pattern means you start to recognize this everything can change by the condition of your mind. The way you think can change the situation. So then when the situation come, rather than look outside, you start to look the condition of your mind. And when it become powerful little by little, little by little, and you start to recognize these most things around us happen because of our mind. Even how the people come together, and how the, even the co-workers become more come closer. Even the situations around you come closer. It's a kind of like a, magnet inside you, the condition of your mind. So in the beginning, once you understand and once you see it, there is a way that you can neutralize it. Otherwise, you cannot. It's become kind of like energy, you go with it. So there is a way that you can neutralize this magnet energy, and that is the best way you can, release from situation. Otherwise, from fighting with others and, blaming to others and running away from situations, you cannot get out of this. But when you see there is a reason inside you and you recognize it and neutralize it and clear it, and then the situation change. Otherwise, through fighting, arguments, blaming, complaining, hating, afraid, becoming fearful, you cannot change situations. You cannot change people. The situation become more worst. So then remember yourself. When a situation come to you, it's mostly the way that you handle your mind, and take that responsibility. And then after tomorrow, then whatever happened yourself, rather than pointing out to the outside situation, the very first thing you have to look what is the condition in your mind. If your mind with the greed, hatred, and the delusion, or the fear, unsatisfaction, or the doubt, what you have to do? Right away, shut down your bodily, verbally, and mentally action. Shut down. It is worth to be silence. In that moment, it is worth not to do anything, becoming kind of like a handicap. No, you don't do anything, just become completely numb. That's worth. Why? Because in that condition, whatever you do, there is a possibility it can take you to another bigger situation. So then it is a skill, because it is kind of like a you handling and you developing a situation inside you with your awareness. That is important, because you knowingly, that is you yourself, you work with the inside your situation. That is most important, and it is a kind of like a skill that you develop your awareness and consciousness. Because when you practice the meditation, as a result of this all you gain, you start to see your own mind. If it is necessary, then you change it. Otherwise, just seeing and looking and you don't stay without doing it. No, if it is necessary, you change it. And according to the necessary conditions, environment inside you. So there was one day, the Buddha went for Pindapata, for food. And sometimes he used to go a little bit early. When he go a little bit early, on the way, if somebody he meet, he have some discussion. And some days he go and on time, no any extra time. So that days he don't spend much time talking to each other and just go and find some food and come back. But somehow one day when he went, there was no time to discuss with somebody and he just went for the Pindapata. On the way, what happened? There was a person called Achela Kassapa. And then he saw the Buddha. He ran behind the Buddha and told, "Oh, Venerable Sir, I have a question." So the Buddha said, "Achela Kassapa, this is not the time to have a conversation." Then again, Achela Kassapa was telling, "Oh, Venerable Sir, please, I have a question." So Buddha said, "Achela Kassapa, this is not the time. So it is better let's talk, freely in another time. Please, Venerable Sir." And then I told, "Venerable Sir, I have just a little small question. Small question. Can you please answer this question?" So it's a small question. So Buddha said finally, "Okay, go ahead." And then asked Achela Kassapa, "Venerable Sir, what is this karma?" You see that he asked a small question, but that is one of the, the most complicated, question. And he asked, "Venerable Sir, what is this karma?" And then he point out certain things. Is this karma do ourselves by us? Then the Buddha said, no. So then if the karma is doing somebody else, and then it effect for us. So then the Buddha said, no. So then ourselves, neither somebody else do this karma. Then the Buddha said, no. So then ourselves and somebody else both do this karma. The Buddha said, no. Then this karma happen automatically? No. So like that, this Achela Kassapa start to twist this question different ways. And to ask, what is this karma? Then the Buddha said, it is not like that. It's somebody doing it and then you get it. Why? Because then you come to a point. Self. Because somebody doing it. What is that somebody? If it is not the both, the you and or someone else, if it is happened somewhere else, what is that? See, it's a kind of like, it go to question to another question. It's become tangle. So then the Achela Kassapa asks, what is this? So then the Buddha mentioned, the karma is not kind of like this somebody doing and somebody receiving or something like that. And it is mostly according to the necessary conditions and situation, the way that you hold and maintain your mind. And the condition of the mind, and when it comes to the environment and the condition of the mind and the situation of the mind, and once the way start to hold it as this or that view start to create karma according to that view. So then when you want to get out of the karma, the important thing is get out of the view. But how you can get out of the view? What is the view means? View means, the idea of the self and centered. When you have the vision regarding the centered self, and then it become a view. Or maybe you can have a view that this or that, how the this or that come, if there is no you. Always this or that also come as a result of you find a place, you settle down in a place, and according to that place, you point out this or that. So, because if you are not in this place, how are you going to mention this or that? So, it always like that. So, then in your life, always remember, even not what you hear, smell, taste, and the feel, or even think, or whatever, it is not itself going to make any karma. It itself not going to take you to any situation. But still, when it comes to that strong ascetic methods, some people believe, some believe this outside situation, outside conditions, an effect for us, and we have to stay away from it. But when it comes to the Buddhism, nothing wrong with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, even nothing wrong with the perception that you get. You see something, you see it as beautiful, ugly, that's it. But if you go with it, if you hate it or if you love it, and from where it come as a result of your past experience, mental formations. So then you develop something out of that, what you experience, interfering with your past experience, you build up something. That is become the karma. Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. So the karma related to the condition of the mind. So then always remember, pointing out this or that, even whatever things happening, or this person, because of this person, how that person come when there is no you? Because there is you hold the place. That's why you point out that person. This person did it to me. So before you point out to that person, then you have to look the position that you hold, create that person in that place, in that position. So then the first responsibility come to you. So then what is you mean? You mean your condition of your mind. And if you go deeper, deeper, little by little, then you recognize it's always the reflection of your mind create the situation mostly. But if you deeply understand it with the sati sampajanya, or the clear comprehension, this everything, it is just the moment of experience. That's it. But if you allow it to become that way, that's it. But our way of life is always interfering, holding, clinging, grasping, settle down, putting a foundation on it, and building something with that, creating something with that. So that is what we do. So then what will happen? Then we have to maintain it. So then that maintain itself become a current. And then we ourselves sometimes, we don't allow it to become free. We take it as a responsibility. That's why sometimes people say, when situations come, rather than they look the reason, sometimes say, oh, it is my karma, I have to accept it. See, the people become so lazy to look. It is better for them to suffer, rather than looking what it is. But when it comes to vipassana, that's why I told in the beginning, you have to be strong, you have to physically, mentally be strong to look into reason, to analyze situation. The mostly why we fail in life, even when it comes to exams, study in conventional life, you know, education, mostly why we drop our dreams on the way in this journey, because our inner laziness. So that inner laziness, allow us to conventionally fail, and the spiritually also we go down, we stuck, and then we accept, oh, this is my karma, what to do? I have to accept it, I have to go through it. And at the same time, you don't see, when that you become lazy, the jealousy come, hatred come, anger come, disappointment arise in you, unsatisfactory nature arise in you, fear arise in you. See, that laziness facilitate many other lot of things around you. So then get out of your laziness, and always remember, that's why be strong yourself, physically, mentally, be strong conventionally. They're saying it called, strong your neck. That means there are a lot of difficulties going to come in physical life. You have to have a strong neck. What does that mean? Don't afraid to face for the situations. The boxers, when they practice boxing, one of the major part they exercise, their neck. If they have a weaker neck, they cannot hold any punch. They work out with the neck to hold the pressure, the punch. Why? Because other person hit to the face. If your neck is so weak, one shot, you go down. But in conventionally the life the same. Situation comes. If you don't have spiritual strong neck, one incident enough, your whole life, you go down. Your whole life done. Your all the dreams, your, the life desire, that whatever the things that you used to believe or do, everything, vanish, disappear. You just become kind of like, you know, the zombie. Why? Because now you accept that, and then what happening? The fear, and then jealousy, hatred, anger, frustration, unsatisfaction. This everything in you, and then everything come together, mix. It's kind of like a fruit salad. That everything together in you. How about when you wake up in the morning, you become more miserable, and then other people, how they can see you. When if somebody say, your husband or wife, children say good morning, oh, good morning, you all that miserable, things come in the world. They're saying it called face your wash, wash your face. So the wash your face means you get out of your past. Every day you do that. You wash your face. Spiritually, remember, it's a wash your face means you get out of your past. Every day do it. Don't have a collective memory. Get out of whatever happened, no matter whatever happened, get out of it. Be fresh yourself. Wash your face every day. And another saying, wash your hands. Wash your hands means spiritually, you get out of, the situation. You are not interfering to it. You get out of it. I wash my hands. You get you get out of it. You are not going to interfere with the situation. So then you have to look in day-to-day life. What are the situations? What are the things that you have to get out of? And another saying it called put on in the garments. Put on the garments means the get ready. Get ready yourself to face for the life. You are not depending from somebody. You are not blaming to somebody. You take the fully responsibility to yourself. So every day you have to do this. Remember, every day wash your face. That's mean get out of your past. Wash your hands. Get out of unnecessary actions, interference. Put the garment, cloth on. That's mean get ready for your own responsibility, for your own life. Stand for your own salvation. And it's saying go to the closet. So what does that mean? Find your own space. Go to the complete silence. Whenever you have time, go to the complete silence, and that will develop you know your life to be purify yourself little by little, little by little, little by little. So then remember, it's not the outside condition, it is mostly the condition of your mind. You have to work for that, consciously, continuously, consistently. You have to work for that and be strong and develop that physical, mental ability to face for the situation. Keep a strong neck, you know, and that it is a responsibility yourself. Otherwise, you cannot get out of from you. You always see the reflection that everywhere you see, even inside you, you see other people. You blaming and claiming, fighting. You always find somebody. No, start to change that and see yourself, and you will see then there is a moment come you can neutralize that. Once you neutralize this, that is the moment you're going to transform this point to your liberation. So it is possible. And during this pandemic time, try yourself. So we say wash your hand, wash your face, and wash your cloth. We do every day, to find a good health. But remember, from now start to do with the you know spiritual point of view. Start to do it. It is just not to get out of this, the virus. No, you just clean yourself deeply. So what is the biggest virus? Our ignorance, not this coronavirus. So forget about that. There every day something is going to happen, but get out of this ignorance. That is the biggest virus everywhere, all over the world. So if you become wise yourself to get out of from that virus, washing your face, that's mean get out of from your past. Washing your hands means get out of from unnecessary interference. And change the put the garments on, cloth on means get ready yourself with the strong neck. Don't afraid for any situation, and you get the responsibility, and go with that, and don't afraid to look yourself and clean yourself and neutralize yourself and be silent. End of the day you go to the closet, complete silence, and you will see how things going to change. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo yajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi diga yuko bhava. ittavata ca ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.